Welcome to the Gold Coast Smart Real Estate Podcast. I'm Brad Scott, here to help you make smart moves in the Gold Coast property market. Whether you're thinking of buying, selling, or just staying updated, we deep dive into everything you need to know, from our market insights to our unique open offers method of sale, a blend of auction and private treaty to give you the best of both worlds. Let's jump in.
Welcome back to the Gold Coast Smart Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Bell, and today we're going to have a look at some of the sales that have been happening through Smart Real Estate. And of course, with me again is our Principal of Smart Real Estate, Brad Scott. Brad, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me, Adam.
Fantastic. All right, so we've got a few properties here that we want to take a close look at. And basically just talk me through the sale, talk me through the property, the people, and, you know, everything that goes on when that exciting time comes for selling a property. So let's start with, all right, Fernie Ave in Surface, 132/138. Talk me through that one.
Yep. All right. Well, this is a property that we've just transacted on, just in the last sort of week or so.
Okay.
It was an interesting one, probably one of the more difficult ones we get sometimes. It's in a resort building in Surface Paradise. Had a lovely client, Dorothy, who was a past client we sold for a few years ago. She's been on the market for, I think, about 6 months now.
Right.
So she originally had an agent who she went with, and unfortunately that agent probably overpriced it, and
It happens, doesn't it?
yeah, so it sort of sat there and didn't really get a lot of traction. So then she moved from that agent and went to the second agent, and the price went down a bit, and we had a sort of similar circumstance where she's on the market for another 3 months, still no offers. And then she gave me a call and said, Brad, I sold with you last time. I should have called you straight away, and told me the whole story. And I said, look, let's see if I can help and get you to sold. So
Makes it difficult though, doesn't it? You've had two agents before you, and once it's been on the market a while, that creates a whole set of circumstances, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I said to Dorothy, I said, look, we need to. It's a little bit harder for us because we're not going in fresh and new.
Yeah.
Buyers have seen us be on the market for almost 6 months now.
For sure.
And I said, look, we need to basically revamp it, increase your marketing, do some extra things like 3D tours and videos that probably wasn't presenting as nicely as I wanted it to.
Sure.
So we used virtual furniture to Photoshop her furniture out and put some nice furniture in, which we put a disclaimer there for buyers just to let them know. And yeah, long story short, we did that was a 2-week campaign.
Okay.
So the results are now in. Another thing, just quickly, there's properties in the same building for sale, and they're at $395. This is a cheaper property. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath. 2 other agents have got 2 properties for sale on higher floors with ocean views for $395. They were not able to, well, they're still for sale.
They're still on, yep.
This one's on the first floor. The views aren't the best, which makes it a little bit more difficult too. But with our unique selling method with open offers.
That was going to be my question. Was this an open offers sale?
It was an open offers. So during that 2-week campaign, we basically did 2 Saturday open homes. We did a midweek inspection, so 3 open homes in total. Over that 2-week period, we had 11 buyers come through. We had 30 offers.
Wow.
And we ended up selling it for $420,000 cash unconditional.
Wow.
Done deal.
Fantastic result.
So the market feedback we had during the campaign was that it was worth around $360,000, $370,000, and this achieved significantly more with that 11 buyers competing for the property. So there was a lovely...
Do you think the open offers method really played a role in that? Being that you'd had the 2 agents prior, they weren't able to sell it. I gather they were looking at private treaty sale, I would imagine.
Yep.
Couldn't get there.
Yep. So the main difference, I think, is with those other agents, they sort of went in, I think told the seller a higher price that realistically just wasn't achievable.
Buying a listing, I think they call it.
Buying a listing, buying the business.
Yep.
And that frustrates me a little bit in the industry, because at the end of the day, your property's worth what somebody's prepared to pay for it.
Yep.
And I think as agents, if we list properties and we don't bring the seller offers, we haven't done our job.
No.
Our job is to bring the client offers, and then for them to decide if they're happy to sell or not. And that's sort of what we help facilitate. Yep. And in this case, Dorothy had been on the market for 6 months. She'd had no offers from 2 agents. We had 30 offers in 2 weeks.
Crazy.
So
2-week campaign.
2-week campaign, 3 open homes. In this case, she actually had it.
Do you have open homes happening throughout the open offers period?
Yeah.
Or do you do all them prior to the open offer period starting?
So it basically starts on day 1. Offers come in straight away, sight unseen, over a 2-week period.
Okay.
Because what we try and do is we try and think outside the square.
Mm-hmm.
So at Smart Real Estate, we're trying to be innovative, and we're trying to get buyers not only locally, but also from Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane. And there's some tools and tricks that we use to, bring those buyers in. So we'll start seeing buyers come in pretty much from day 1 when we launch on a Tuesday.
Yep.
That'll give us a bit of a starting guide to go into the first Saturday. So locals can come and inspect on that first Saturday. We'll have a midweek inspection. We'll have a second Saturday. And then anyone who wants to fly up or come down from Brisbane, have a look at it. And it's all open and transparent. You can see what the other offers are, and the buyers get to increase their offer if they want to.
Perfect.
So the buyer who actually bought that one was from New Zealand.
Right.
So
okay,
she's
hadn't been to the open homes.
Well, no, she's I think she's in Auckland.
Right.
And so she looked at the 3D tour online, which is like Google Street View, looked at the video, looked at the floor plans, the photos, put an offer online, and then through over a period of that 2 weeks, she increased her offer. So I think. So Phoebe originally started at 380,000, and then over that 2-week period, increased her offer incrementally and went up to 420, and she secured the property.
Fantastic.
So she's very happy. So happy buyers and happy sellers.
Dot's happy. Or I shouldn't call her Dot. She's probably listening. I mean, Dorothy. All right, that's a good one. So that's in surface. All right, let's move on. Mary Beth Crescent, 1 of 10. Mary Beth Crescent, Mollendina.
Yep.
So what do we got here? We got is it 2-bed?
Yeah, so this was actually a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car duplex. Presented very well. The seller's a lovely young couple, got a young baby, and they've sort of outgrown the home, and they wanted to move in. They've just purchased a new 5-bedroom house in the northern suburbs of the Gold Coast. So our job was really to try and help them to, maximise that sale result and get them as much as we possibly could, so they could move on to the next stage of their life.
Yep.
So this one based on sales in the area, I thought it was probably worth around 700,000 was sort of an indication.
Yep.
So I wanted a bit more than that, as they do.
As they always do.
But yeah, that's why, we come in, and our job is to see, well, how much more can we get than the market value.
What the market's telling you. Yep.
Based on sales and stuff. So that campaign went really well. We had, again, that was a 14-day campaign. We had 13 qualified buyers come through with 23 offers, and we ended up selling that one for 770,000.
Wow. Okay, so 10% above what you originally thought.
Yeah. So that was a great result. I was very happy to, probably achieve that extra $70,000 than what other agents in the area had been achieving for.
So this was open offers again?
Open offers again, yep. So I think, having 23 offers, as agents do, it's just so difficult to, communicate with, I had 13 buyers
that's
all
lot.
Negotiating at the same time. It's just, and to be fair and transparent to everybody, it's just, I don't know who's the best buyer. I don't know who's going to be the eventual buyer, who's going to want it the most.
Yep.
Sometimes I have a bit of an inkling based on the questions they ask and how many times they call me. And those buyers end up sometimes being the best buyer. Sometimes they'll go to a certain point and then it goes above that and they say, thanks, Brad, but
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm out.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's just another great result where, we're able to, it was a team effort.
Yep.
So the owners, Chris and Sissy, did a great job. They probably spent about 2 weeks preparing it for sale.
Yep.
We came in, initially met them, and we gave them a few tips about how to maximise the sale price.
Sure.
So one of the things they did was get the house high pressure cleaned.
Yep.
Out the front, got all the gardens done.
I think you covered this in one of your first episodes.
We did. So doesn't cost a lot things like mulching gardens, high pressure cleaning, the roof, stuff like that. I said to him, look, let's get rid of the apricot orange at the front.
Nice call.
Probably not the
greatest.
most modern.
Yep.
And I said, like, nice, clean white is in.
Yep.
It'll go with the apricot tiles on the roof. I came back and he literally just painted it himself.
Yep.
Painted the render. And I was like, wow,
Yep.
it looks like a new property.
Yep.
So
little things can make all the difference.
yeah, like the inside was great. They'd renovated all the inside. It was just the front facade on this case needed a little bit of helping hand.
Yep.
And that's where we had those 13 qualified buyers come in over 2 weeks.
And again, 14 days.
Yeah, so the thing was too, because they'd actually purchased this larger property, they ended up buying a 5-bedroom house with a pool in the northern suburbs. So when you're buying subject to sale, you only have a 30-day time period.
Yep.
So
Got to get it done.
yeah, you're on a bit of a time lapse. So this was a case where I usually tell clients to sell first and then buy and do a longer settlement. Sometimes a better strategy. Unfortunately, most clients sort of want to always buy first.
Yep.
And that's what these guys did, and they put themselves under a bit of pressure. But the good thing is, our standard, we're averaging 14.1 days anyway.
Sure.
And we got a little bit extra, another week or two there if we needed it.
Yep.
But we got the deal done in 14 days.
Cool. Probably a good thing for us to do another episode on another time, just all the ins and outs of buying or selling first.
Yep.
And what goes into that.
Yep.
Fantastic. Great. Another great result. All right. So, Ashmore this time.
Yep.
33, is that Lawana?
Lawana.
Lawana,
Yeah.
Lawana Drive?
Yeah, so that was a bit of a unique one. It's only a 3-bed, 1-bath, 1-car house.
3-bed, 1. Okay, yep.
1 bath, 1 car. Pretty original style, I guess you could say. Built in 1980, same as me. Good year.
Yep.
And nothing really,
Special.
modern or special about it. It's
Sure.
a pretty run-of-the-mill house, to be fair and honest. So again, I said to Taja, lovely lady in her 70s, and really wanted to help her, downsize. She's, I think, going into assisted care. So we really wanted to help her and maximise that sale price. So this was a case of, again, just sort of polishing it up a little bit and making it as nice as we could. So again, we did the high pressure cleaning, the mulching on the gardens. When we first got there, you couldn't actually see the front of the house because there was so much overgrown garden,
Shrubs and things.
shrubs and stuff. It was tenanted.
Yep.
So we got our gardener in, got all that cut back. I could actually see the house when we got there. The high pressure cleaning was a massive improvement because all the concrete and the pebblecrete, the roof, it was just black.
Yep.
So getting our guy Dale in, he spent, best part of a day there.
Yep.
And we came back and it was like brand new.
Fantastic.
Back like it was in 1980. So yeah, it was a great campaign. Again, it was tenanted, so wasn't necessarily the easiest when you got tenanted properties.
As you said that, I thought we've probably got another episode there around selling with and without tenants. But yeah,
So
you got to work around them. And
Yeah, owner occupiers are definitely easier because they want to work with you. They present it well. Tenants sometimes, there's no
can make it tricky, can't
they
it?
can reason for them to help you. So we have worked with a lot of tenants all the time. So we try and work with them, and it's about open communication and working together. And so yeah, we did that in this case and got it all cleaned up, presented beautifully, and the results are in the. When we first went and saw Taja, I said, look, realistically, probably around 750 to 800 was sort of where I saw that property. Getting it all cleaned up, great marketing campaign again. We use virtual furniture to for the privacy of the tenant also.
Sure. Is that a common thing to do, especially when you've got tenants?
Yeah, tenanted. That's something that we really, I guess, it's just a little thing that sets us apart from others. So most agencies will just shoot it with the tenant's furniture in there.
Okay.
And it doesn't present that nicely. Sometimes too, there's a law that tenants can actually refuse having their furniture
Used
in the marketing. When I had one case a few years ago where the tenant wouldn't let us use any inside photos at all. So by using the virtual furniture, you can just dress it up, keeps the tenant happy.
I haven't seen this before. I'm going to jump online as soon as we're finished here and have a look at this because
you have a look at the befores and the afters.
Yep.
We can make something that looks pretty average.
Yep.
Look like a Hampton style, beautifully like
Sure.
$5 million house.
Yep.
And it's just through furniture.
Yep.
So we have stagers who will do professional staging, but that can be
This is the
more
future,
expensive.
though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's about using tech like open offers and virtual furniture to market a property to its best, to ensure that we get the maximum possible price for the seller.
Yep.
And we'll usually have those photos blown up onto an A3, have them laminated.
Yep.
And when we go there, we actually set them down on the floor on that position. So buyers can walk in and they can sometimes they look at the furniture and go, you know?
Yeah. Well, it can put you off, can't it? If it's not, you know.
And it's like, and I say to buyers, so look, you're not buying the furniture. Don't worry. This will be all
But it's
gone.
hard. It's hard as
It's
a
hard for
human
them
being,
to
isn't it,
visualise.
to visualise.
Yeah.
So, and you would. I actually really like this because it takes the imagination work out of, because you want to imagine it as your home, as the best it can be if you're wanting to buy, don't you? This does that.
Yeah, and we sort of like very quickly and easily and relatively cost effective make it look like a display home. When you go to see the RSL, display homes, people walk in and they get all emotional and they're like, oh, wow, look at this.
And they start talking about whose bedroom that's going to be,
Yeah,
and the dog would sleep there. And
mostly all the knickknacks and the furniture that really sells it. But when you win that RSL art home, sometimes they include it, but most of the time all that goes. So it's really just about setting the scene and making people emotionally connected to make sure they, and they can go and buy all this furniture and put it all in there and set it up like that. And that's what it would look like.
For sure.
So, So anyway, back to the results.
Now, I'm looking here, Brad, 54 offers.
That was,
54 offers.
The first Saturday, we ended up having 3 agents come because we had so many inquiries, and the street was full of cars. We had a line of people getting in. It was a bit like a nightclub.
Yep.
So we have to check them all in to
Yep.
get all the details. Yep. And over 16 days, we had 29 qualified buyers who submitted 54 offers on this one. And we thought we'd get 750 to 8. We ended up selling it for 885,000. That was a buyer subject to finance, but their finance all went through and property successfully sold and settled. So
perfect.
Buyers are very happy. They've got a great home that they can add value to right in the heart of Ashmore there. And it was a great opportunity for the buyers, and they'll make great capital growth over the next 10, 20 years.
For sure.
But for the seller right now, she probably got an extra $85,000 more than we were expecting to get for that one. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, we've got a lot more to go through here, but I think that's probably us done for this. We'll save those for another episode, because what I'm actually really looking forward to is you joining me in here again next week, where we're going to do a bit of a review on the year that was 2024 and what's happened in the market. So
looking forward to it.
The episode we're going to let drop right on New Year's, I think it's either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So, But look, plenty here. I'd like to do this again with you. This is great. So, but look, if you're out there and you're wanting to buy, you're wanting to sell, or just get some more information, talk to Brad and his team. What's your website, Brad?
So we're at Smart Real Estate, www.smartrealestate.com.au.
Fantastic. So jump online there, talk to Brad and his team, and look, thanks for tuning into the Gold Coast Smart Real Estate Podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. Leave us, tell us what you want to hear. Give us some ideas for some episodes. So
if anyone's got any questions, just send it in. We can go over different topics. Anyone that anyone wants to know anything about buying or selling or any sort of topic, just let us know and we'll do a show on that.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Once again, thanks for joining us, Brad, and look forward to chatting next week.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning into this Gold Coast Smart Real Estate Podcast. Remember, if you're thinking of selling, be smart. Explore your options and consider the power of Open Offers method of sale to maximize your result. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you found today's insights helpful, feel free to share with a friend. Until next time, happy house hunting.